Welcome to the source of your success. We're talking about bonus module number 2, keeping it real about getting it handled. Now, what does it mean to get it handled? Some call it integrity. I call it integrity. And before we go into really what this means, I just want to say integrity here is not about it's not a moral issue. It's not a good or bad or a right or wrong. When I think of integrity, I think about walking your walk, talking your talk, doing what you say you're going to do. That's all integrity is, okay? This is not you're bad if you say you're going to go to the gym and you don't. There's no judgment here. So I want to just get that off the table, that integrity has nothing to do with the judgment, with criticism, with making you wrong, with blaming yourself. It's really about talking the talk and walking the walk. And let me just say it, that without integrity, you're leaking power everywhere. For example, if you take a look at the different areas of your life, and we're going to get deeper into that just in a few minutes, but if you look at areas of your life where things just don't seem handled, or you're not operating at your highest level of performance, you're leaking power in those areas. So if you look at your relationships, right? If there are relationships in your life that exhaust you, that drain you, that just a lot of negativity, you actually lose power in those areas when you don't get it handled. And we're going to talk about what does that mean to get it handled? How do you even get it handled? How do you know if you need to get it handled? Your integrity is the foundation of your success. Okay, and like I said, it's not a moral issue. It's a matter of what you value in life. And here's the thing, we all have different values in life. However, your self-worth and your value is not better than or less than anyone else. We all have the same amount of value by the mere fact that we are put here on this earth. We all have a reason for being here. We are all valuable. And here's a little hint, right, to know when you're in integrity and when you're not. When you're in integrity, life is easier and you're happier. Point blank. That's how you know when you're in integrity or when you're not in integrity. When you're happy, your life just seems to flow. Guess what? You must be in integrity. But if you have kind of like a hangnail, I hate hangnails. I have to get them trimmed from my fingers because they hurt so much. But think about it. If there are areas of your life that just seem to drain you and are kind of gnawing on you, that's when you know that something needs to get handled. Okay? And we're going to go deeper into that. So when we talk about the impact of being out of integrity, in your worksheet, you have the little wheel, you have the wheel of life. And I've broken them down into 8 areas of life, okay? So we have your physical well-being, your financial well-being, your relationship with yourself, relationship with others, fun, play, your spiritual well-being, your career, and your education. So we talked about the impact of being out of integrity is you have power leaks. And when you are losing power in your life, there's no way that you can put all of your being, all of your soul, all of your spirit into whatever it is that you want to accomplish, whether it's to have a great relationship, whether it's to start that business, whether it's to write that book, whether it's just to be happy, right? The ultimate goal of being in integrity, right? If I'm going to break it down right here, the ultimate goal of being in integrity is so you can be in alignment, because when you're in alignment, you can walk in a straight line and you're happier. There's less pressure, there's less stress, there's less, blame, guilt, shame. You're just doing what you say you're going to do. That's all it is. Hey, I'm going to show up somewhere at 10 a.m. You be there at 10 a.m. Life is just easier when you do what you say you're going to do. And so what does it mean to be out of integrity? Simply stated, your stuff needs to get handled. And like I said, there is no moral issue here. So, when I first moved to Kansas from New York, I gained about 15 pounds after I had spent about a year losing 30 pounds. And so the first thing that I did was make myself wrong. I blamed Kansas because I was driving everywhere and I'm so used to New York where I walk everywhere. But when I really just kind of kept it real with myself and I said, man, I'm out of integrity. What that means was I needed to get it handled. My weight was kind of fluctuating up and down. I wasn't eating as right. I was like, okay, I need to get it handled. What do I need to do? I joined a CrossFit boot camp. I started seeing a nutritionist again. I made sure that every Sunday I was doing my grocery shopping and getting really healthy, nutritious food. Simply stated, what it means to be out of integrity is that you aren't keeping your word. So take a look at those different areas of your life. That's one of the exercises that I'm going to have you do in your worksheet. Look at those areas of your life and rate yourself. Where are you at right now? A 0 means you are completely out of integrity. A 10 means that you have it handled. You're happy. If you look at your relationship with yourself, where are you at, right? So a 10 is I am totally in love with myself. I have a great relationship with myself and I love it. Boom, you're a 10. Or you might be a 7, meaning, you know what, I got some stuff to work on. But let's get it clear that it has nothing to do with you like you've done something wrong. It's just, oh, I'm out of integrity here. I need to get it handled. So what I'm doing here is normalizing this on purpose. I actually want you to shift your relationship to how you view getting stuff handled, getting yourself back in integrity. And it really does apply to every area of your life. And like I said, if we just break it down and stick to this definition, it's about doing what you say you're going to do. It's about getting your stuff handled. It's about keeping your word. And let me tell you right now, it is so easy to be out of integrity. Why? Because it's easy for us to lie to ourselves, more so than it is to lie to others. The reason why we don't like to lie to other people is because we don't want to get in trouble, but we let ourselves off the hook. So I really want you to practice, keeping your word to yourself. And when you do that, it will be easier to keep your word to other people. But first, you got to keep your word to yourself. And the minute you see that some of those areas in your life, in that wheel of life that's on your worksheet, is causing you dis-ease, I don't call it disease, but it's dis-ease, right? You're feeling uneasy. You're not feeling too hot. You're out of integrity. It's a great indicator. And I'm going to keep repeating it, that it's not a moral issue. So, if you're not having that much intimacy or communication in your relationship and you feel like there's something missing, it means that you're out of integrity. If you look in the mirror and you're not happy with your weight or how you look, it means that you're out of integrity. And I'm going to keep saying that and keep emphasizing that it's not a bad or good or right or wrong. It just means you need to get it handled. Now, why is this so important? Is because everything that you're going to be learning here in this program is all about you getting it handled in all the different areas of your life, different things that stop you from moving forward. It's just about getting it handled, noticing it, getting it handled, noticing it, looking at, okay, this is what I need to do, getting it handled, taking the action. And so here's the thing about being in integrity. It's uncomfortable. We have trained ourselves to believe that it's okay to not have the life that we want. It's okay. Oh, this area of my life, it's a work in progress. Totally. We're all a work in progress. But if you read The Big Leap by Gay Hendricks, he was actually a guest on my radio show. He talks about how we have an upper limit and how it gets uncomfortable when things start to feel really good. It's like we're waiting for the other shoe to drop, or we're afraid that other people are going to think, oh, you think you're better than me because your life is so good. Start getting comfortable with feeling uncomfortable, because what's going to happen is, and I'll tell you right now from just my own personal experience, once you start to get the different areas of your life in order, it's going to feel weird. It's going to feel like, oh my God, I feel really good. It feels uncomfortable, and I'm saying it just to put it on the table, right? And that it's okay. It's okay if you feel that way. So this week, this month, just every day, I want you to start practicing being comfortable with uncomfortable, feeling awesome, because you're going to feel awesome when you get those areas of your life handled. Whatever areas that you need to work on, you're going to start feeling awesome. So I want you to start getting comfortable with the uncomfortability of feeling awesome. The hardest thing for people is to live a life of utmost integrity. There are many reasons why, and if you read The Big Leap by Gay Hendricks, you'll learn more about it. But a lot of the reasons why is we're afraid of what other people are going to think. We're afraid that other people are going to think, oh, you think you're better than me, or you're afraid that it's not long lasting. You're afraid that the other shoe is going to drop. You're afraid that you're going to be better than other people, or you're going to be a burden, and you're afraid of the success. It's like that Marianne Williamson quote, our greatest fear is not that we're inadequate. Our greatest fear is that we are brighter than we can even believe, that we can even imagine. And why is it hard for us to live a life of utmost integrity? Because we're used to letting ourselves off the hook because we think no one is watching. My mentor Lisa Nichols said to me, live your life like the curtain is always up. We have these split personalities. We're one way when we're with other people, certain types of people. We're another way when we're alone. The greatest gift that you can give yourself and others is to be that one person. Who are you when the lights are on or when the lights are off? And it's easier for us to lie to ourselves than it is to lie to others. So it's really just about being your word to yourself. I want you to think of it as a wheel, okay? The minute one spoke of the wheel is dented, the wheel will start flopping around. It may still spin, but it won't be as smooth. It'll start to be a little sloppy, a little floppy. So I want you to think of your life. It's all those chakras. We have those chakras in our body. If you look at Eastern philosophy, it's all about those spinning wheels, and all those wheels need to be aligned in order for us to move smoothly. So the minute one of those spokes is dented, the minute that you're out of integrity, you'll still be able to function. Don't get me wrong. You'll still move through life, but it won't be with as much heart, with as much soul, and you won't be as happy. And I'm saying this from personal experience. Like I talked about, that upper limit, we all have one. It's in the book, The Big Leap by Gay Hendricks. We all have one. We all have that inner thermostat. It's what keeps us from moving forward in our life. It's our ego's way of self-sabotaging. So in my business, in my life, I have to constantly keep that in check, because I know that every higher level that I get to, my ego is wanting to break me down and saying, Vasavi, feels too good. Let's see how we can mess this up a little bit. So it's just about noticing, I'm about to self-sabotage. I'm about to do something, I recently read a story about one of the football players, and he got like the most amount of touchdowns. He won the game, and then he got a DUI later on that night. Perfect example of self-sabotage. Why would a awesome NFL player who just had a great game go out and get drunk and get a DUI? Self-sabotage. It was too good to be true. So just keep that in mind. And so here are some of the actions that I want you to take now, and just keep it in the front of your mind. What are the 3 actions that you're going to take to get it handled? And we talk about getting it handled. That's why I have that integrity wheel for you in your worksheet. I want you to rate each area of your life and map out the immediate steps that you need to take to get it handled. Listen, you know what you need to do. You know, in your financial well-being, your spiritual well-being, your relationship with others, your career, your education, having more fun and play in your life, you know what you need to do. If you feel like you're burnt out, you're just not happy in that area of your life with fun and play, what are the 3 things that you need to do? And so look at that area, the wheel of life, rate yourself, and ask yourself, what do I need to do? And the goal here, by the way, is not to make it a 10. We're not striving for perfection. What we are striving for is what would feel good for you. Would it be more playtime? Would it be exploring your options for different careers? Would it be maybe taking a course to understand different areas of your life, your business, your work? Have you always wanted to take a French class? Go take a French class if that would make you feel good. That could be in fun and play, or the education, that part of your wheel of life. Whatever you got to do, get it handled. Number 3 is notice where you self-sabotage. I actually want you to make a list of all your inner saboteurs. Right next to each one, write down your accountability or what you're going to do when it shows up. So I'm going to just let you know right now, when I'm working out, when I'm eating healthy, around day 6, which is usually a Saturday or Sunday, I'll pig out. And even though that may seem like, okay, I want to give myself a break, I take it to a whole nother level. So I know that one of my ways, and right, this is personal for me. What may be personal for me is not the same for you. So one of the ways that I self-sabotage all my hard work when I'm eating and working out is like, I will pig out. So what do I do for accountability? I make sure that in my fridge, I have tons of healthy stuff to chew on and munch on. And if I want something, like if I want ice cream, instead of getting the large cup of ice cream, I'll get a small. So I don't deny myself of anything, but what I am all about is portion control. I give myself what I want, but I do it in small doses. So just ask yourself, if you self-sabotage, like if you want to start waking up at 5 a.m., but you're going to sleep at midnight, what kind of accountability do you need? Is it setting 3 alarm clocks? Is it to have an accountability buddy and letting your community know, hey, I need to get to bed by 9, 10 o'clock. Can you hold me accountable? So this is just about the minute you notice what your inner saboteurs are, you actually take it out of your shadow and put it into the light. Because when something is in darkness, it owns you. We want you to own it and say, you know what? This is what I do to sabotage myself. You immediately get the power back in your hands. Number 5 is a challenge. I want you to practice seeing how long you can be in integrity. Okay? Is it for a day? Is it for 2 days? Is it for 5 days? Just test yourself and say, you know what? I'm going to have fun with this. How long can I have an amazing day? How long can I totally have it handled and keep my word and do what I say I'm going to do? Just see, just have some fun with it. How long can I be in integrity? And the minute you're out of integrity, get back in. You know what you got to do. You're the expert on your life. Okay, you know what you got to do to get it handled. So use your community, do the worksheets, have fun with it is my number one mantra, is to have fun with this, right? This is not a place for you to beat yourself up. It's just a matter of, okay, what can I do? How long can I go for? And I'm here if you need anything. I want to say thank you for tuning in for bonus module number 2, and practice getting it handled.